Well, guess what, y'all? It's your girl. Yes, and it is time for your One Sister to Another. We're your podcast with information, inspiration, and limitless God affirmations. We're your podcast who doesn't mind having the best host and the hostess with the mostest. So I'm going to do it, y'all. Listen at this. But before I do that, let me make sure you guys know that, of course, we're your podcast with information, inspiration, and limitless God affirmations. Today is a gift from God. What you do today is you give back to Him. I got to, because I have to introduce my amazing host today. And of course, listen, she comes all the way from Chicago in aviation. She's my real God baby. She is an executive producer of One Sister to Another as well. I twisted her arm, y'all. She's here, none other than Tamara. She's here.
Hello, TV land, Facebook land, YouTube. How you guys doing tonight? I'm ready for an awesome show.
And she looking cute. Y'all see that lipstick? She should do her own lipstick. Listen, but because you all didn't know this, but I was named when Earl Winfrey asked me years ago, what will you name your own podcast? I said One Sister to Another, right? And what you all don't know is that the person who named the show, the creator of that name, is here, also the creator of Gone Girl. Y'all know we wrote a book, right? She's my girl, Tanya. LaTanya Birch is in the house. I call her my baby girl. Come on, LaTanya, say hi to the people.
She does not. LB.
Yeah, it's her LB.
Welcome.
Turn your volume up just a little bit, LaTanya. Listen at this. And so I can't do this. We can't do this without making sure that you all know that we're here. Thank you for all of our engineers today, Trailer Law, and also the other Winfrey. Y'all, you the CEO of your own station, and you still help your people. That's what I'm talking about. I love me some other Winfrey. I call him Earl. Listen at this. Today's show, I am so excited that you all have chosen at 8:00 in the evening. You probably are on your way to Cajun Boiling Bar. I know I should be, but you're probably having dinner with your family. But I believe that our subject matter today is going to make sense. And so me and my team decided we were going to make our second kickoff show podcast about relationships. So today's topic, real talk. Let's talk. Can we talk? Relationships. We can't do it. I call them, they call themselves the horsemen, but I'm calling them the horsemen too. I call them the horsemen in the house. They are two of the world's amazing TikTok influencers, and they're up in this building with me tonight. Well, really, they're in their own buildings, but they're in the studio with us tonight. None other than Velvet Jones is in the house. Velvet Jones, you in here? Come on in here, Velvet. Yeah, him. And then, of course, we've got tonight as well. We've got none other than Mr. Ford is in the building. Y'all, he cute too. But anyway, Mr. Ford, he's single. Anyway, Mr. Ford is up in here. Can y'all bring in? Hey, Mr. Ford. Mr. Velvet, we didn't hear you say anything. Y'all say hi to the people.
Good afternoon, good evening. This is your boy
Come
Velvet
on, Mr.
Jones.
Ford, you say hi to us as well.
I got to keep it real. Can I just do me? Because I'm gonna do me right now. I already said straight New York. All you gonna get is the hard truth from me. That's it. Take it how you want to take it, but it is what it is.
Do y'all see him with that hood on? He must know Tamara LaTanya, LB. He must know we from the west side of Chicago, baby. We don't
all right.
Right.
I'm from the south side of the Bronx. It's all good.
Yeah, that too. Give us a little light in that room. Give us a little light. Of course, Mr. Ford.
Yes.
Thank you so much, you and also Velvet, for joining us tonight. Mr. Ford, say hi to the people and tell us where you are from. Mr. Ford, tell us where you're from. Or whatever you want to tell us. Share something with us tonight about us, about something we don't know about you.
Mr. Ford, can you hear us?
I can't.
Okay, you cannot. Okay, we can hear you. Right. Okay, we can hear you.
I can't hear you at all.
Okay. So what we're gonna do is okay. So we're gonna keep it moving. We're talking tonight. Mr. Ford, go out and come back in for us. Go out, come back in. Okay? Go out and come back in. Velvet, will you message him and tell him to go out and come back in? Listen at this. We are. Yeah,
Okay.
Go out and come back in. We're going to talk tonight, though. We're not letting, evidently, what we getting ready to talk about.
All right, I'll head
Must
up.
be making that devil real mad, because guess what? We don't have all this going on, but I promise y'all, because of the these four connecting today. Yeah, I believe that what we're going to say today is going to cause folks to think differently about the way they're dating, think differently about the way they're housing relationships and things of this nature. Now, I don't want y'all to get crazy on me, right? This ain't just about husbands and wives, girlfriends and boyfriends, but this is about relationships, period. Mr. Ford is back in. This is about relationships, period. And so we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk real talk. Let's talk. Can we talk relationships? And so, Mr. Ford, are you back with us?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I want you to share with our listeners and our viewers today just something about you that maybe other folks don't know. Go ahead and introduce yourself tonight again.
Yes, Pastor, Mr. Ford here, born in Memphis, Tennessee. A lot of people don't know that. Raised in the Bay Area, California. 90% of my family's in Tennessee, and I have some family in Texas. So another thing a lot of people don't know is I do have a business called 1111 Leadership Consulting, and I've been able to leverage that and see the parallels between how we lead people in business and in personal relationships. So,
what do you believe, Mr. Ford? What do you believe? And I'm going to ask the same question of the panel tonight. What do you believe our issues are? Give me one major issue tonight of relationships that you've seen that are we're just challenged, not just Black people, African-American people, but people alike. What are one major challenge you believe?
Comprehension. Comprehension. We got to understand that a lot of people, if we look on the average, I mean, the reading and understanding level of most people right now is, I think, at an 8th grade level, and we're expecting adults to be able to communicate effectively with each other and understand what each other is saying. And at the end of the day, it's not feasible to be even to expect that to happen when people don't listen to understand. They're just listening to respond because of how they're feeling. So the understanding and comprehension about how somebody feels is a huge problem.
Go ahead, Mr. Velvet. Go ahead and give us yours, and then Tanya tomorrow are going to take us to the next.
What was that question again?
So I just want to know what do you believe to be one of the major issues of relationships today? And you all talk about it often on the Horseman, on your TikTok. Almost every day we're following you, and you are talking about men versus women and the healthy, proper ways of starting relationships. Give us one of the major challenges that are going on right now.
The expectations.
That's true.
People that's one of the majorest things right now that people have in their relationship is the expectations. How can you expect me to be something that I'm not? You chose to be with me. So if you chose me, take me for who I am. Why do I have to live up to an expectation that you had in your head? That ain't me. That's the fantasy man that you wanted, and I'm not that fantasy man.
My God. So you know what, Tamara? So guess what?
Are sometimes people meeting a false version of you, and you give something that is what we thought it was, and then you turn to something else? Is that an idea?
No. First of all, I'm giving you the version that you want me to be.
Sometimes we send our representatives first, and we fall in love with that.
That's your fault. Because here's the thing: I'm giving you the version that you want me to be. If you're telling me this is the type, I'm gonna tell you why. See, here's the problem: women give out the blueprint, and they don't realize that they give out the blueprint. When a man tells you what do you like in a man? Oh, I like this. I want a man like this. I want a man like that. Guess what? I become that man. It's not my fault you fell in love with something that you created. Almost like building a bear. And then you get mad.
You become that man?
Why not? If I want to get with you, if I find you attractive, if I find you attractive and I want to get with you, and you tell me exactly what you want, the type of man I'm going to become that dude. Why? Because there's something about you that I want. I don't want you for you. I want you because I want that box. So I'm going to become that man to get that box. Oh yeah, we getting the hard truth
So
today.
then in reality, you're giving me something that's false. You're not being your authentic self.
No, it's false to you, but you created it. So you created that false narrative, not me.
So why you just can't say I'm not your type?
Why should I? If I want you,
I don't do that.
But why should a man do that if he wants you? If he wants you, listen. This is what some of your women don't understand. When a man wants you, he's going to do whatever it takes to get you. If a man don't want you, he's going to tell you, I don't want to deal with you.
So then, how should we go about? I'm married.
That's why she posturing like that.
So how do you
see that posture change real
how
quick?
does a woman go about getting a man authentically? Then how do we go about not
what a
building
great
a
question.
barrier?
So then don't tell him what you want. Don't tell a man what you're looking for in a man. Oh,
just let him just be, pretty much. Let him be him.
You see, here's the thing. This is where that expectation comes in. I'm expecting this man. I'm expecting this type of man, X, Y, and Z. See, once you tell me your expectations, I can become every expectation that you want. But if you just allow me to be me and just have these conversations without the expectations, you might get the right man. Stop giving up the blueprint.
Now watch this now. Now watch this now. I believe that is to be. I want to go further with this, right? Because I believe that's one man's opinion about it. Come on, Mr. Ford. What do you think about it?
Yeah.
I do think
because at some point, and I don't mean to cut you off, because at some point, right? When do you show up as your authentic self? Because I'm gonna tell y'all something about me, right? I'm single. Tamar's married. They're married. I'm the only one that's single. If you show up and you're giving me what I want, you a liar and the truth ain't in you. I'm telling you right now. So we're gonna talk about that first of all. I don't care what you think I want, baby. What you think I want is not what I need. Mr. Ford, I want you to address that right there. Can we talk about showing up, you, the man, showing up as your authentic self? Because watch this. We talk about men being leaders, but we ain't gonna lead because she's showing up and she wants something different. I'm gonna be quiet. Go ahead.
Well, first off, you gotta we're expecting everybody to not be delusional. The reality of it is a woman will create whatever she wants in her mind you to be. No matter how you show up, you can show up fake, you can show up authentically yourself. At the end of the day, if somebody wants you, they're going to create the version of you that they want in their head, and then they're going to hold you accountable for not meeting that expectation. I don't care.
Say that again, bro.
Any way you slice it, that's just what happens. No matter how authentically that you show up, people will create a narrative about what they want to see in you, and then they will blame you for not meeting that expectation. That happens for men. That happens for men. That happens for men and women. Hold on. That happens for men. That happens for men and women. However, I want y'all to validate my experience as a man, right? Because that's not what we're here to have a discussion. So it's my experience as a man. If I tell you that's my experience, you don't have the right to tell me I'm wrong. That's what happens. That is my experience. So let me
ask you all this.
Hold on.
No, okay, go.
What I'm saying is, show up authentically as yourself. There really is no other thing that you can possibly do. However, as men, we are responsible, and me and Velvet, we're harder on the men than we are women. Trust me. As men, we are responsible that when we recognize that individual is painting us out to want something from us that we can't give, it is our responsibility to cut that loose, because it's not fair to lead those individuals on. But I will tell you, oftentimes, and I'll repeat it, women will say, this is what I'm looking for, and I want this to be a part of who this man is. And guess what? Then they get disappointed when we just show up authentically ourselves.
So I got this question. This is going to lead us to the segue, you guys. And then I think I got about 3 minutes before Tamar's going to tell me, or Trailer will tell me I got to go to a music break. But listen, do men and women fall in love differently? Do men and women fall in love differently? Come on, Tamar. Do. You do. Oh, yeah, well, let's go. Velvet first and then Tamar. Go.
Oh, yeah, because we fall in love without conditions. Your women fall in love with conditions.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, come on with it. Come on with it. I'm gonna say it again. Men
How do
fall
you
in love
speak for
without
women?
conditions. Because we would listen, we will fall in love. A man will fall in love with you if you ain't got nothing. As long as you know how to treat that man, he will fall in love with you. But let you fall in love with your woman, it comes with conditions. If he loses his job, that love ain't there the way it was.
But you're
If that
saying
man,
all
if
women,
that man,
and
if
that's
that man
absolutely
is not
true
providing
for
and
every
taking care of
woman.
you the way that he's supposed to, that you ain't loving that man the same way.
It's
Stop! Come on, don't play with
that's
my
absolutely
emotions
not
right now.
true for every
Y'all
woman,
women
and I'm
love
gonna leave
with
it there
conditions.
because Velvet, you can never speak for me.
I'm not
You can
speaking for
never
you.
speak.
She asked
But
the question. I'm
you
answering
said
the
all
question.
women. You said all women.
I
You
said
said all
women.
women.
I said women. I said men love with
Then you need to
men
clarify
love
and
without
say
conditions.
most women because
Women
I'm
love
a
with
woman and
conditions.
I fall into that category.
Oh, not see. This what we doing right now.
You
Now,
said women. Am I not a woman?
Listen. Okay. Here's the. Let me say it like this. If it don't apply, let it fly.
Let it fly.
Okay, then I'm gonna let
If
it
it
fly.
don't,
But
that's exactly. I
Okay,
was
there
about
we
to
go.
say
If
it.
it don't
That's what I
apply,
was about to
give
say.
us some
you
wings,
said all
sister. Give
women,
us some
and that
wings.
is just not
See,
true. And I have to
and
step
this
up
is-
for my sisters who would also say that's not true for every woman.
But here's
Not
the
for
thing.
I
every
believe
woman.
that. I
And
believe
I'm
that
not
to be
saying
true.
every
It's
woman.
not. It's,
You don't hear me say because I don't know every woman. I'm just saying women.
His experience.
Thank you. Everything that I'm talking about is based off experience.
Oh, it's
I can't speak.
basically
I
you're
can't.
talking about this
That's
is
what he's
your
saying.
I
observation.
can't
based
speak for
off his
Ford. I can't speak for
experience.
none of y'all women. I can't even speak for my wife. But I can speak for women that I've dealt with
Okay.
because I've been down that road. They love me with conditions. Once I stopped doing certain things, the love was gone. But I still loved them. It's a difference. So, yeah, it came with conditions.
So men and
I
women, you say
love
men and
differently.
women do love differently. Go ahead, Tanya. Men and women love differently.
Well, I love unconditional, but they got
Thank
over.
you.
That happened over time as I got
Okay,
older.
that's good.
I'm gonna
That's
say
good.
as I got older. I can't say in the beginning like him. My experience, I felt like men, we love unconditional and they love conditional. So it's
Mm.
vice versa in my experience. Men didn't love unconditional in my experience.
Mr. Ford,
yeah.
is there a difference?
That's interesting. Absolutely, I think there is a difference. But here's the interesting thing. It's all going to come back to us and our individual experience, what we've had, what we've been through in our life, and the things that we're
Yeah.
working on as individuals. So I would say for a lot of men, I can't speak for all men, but I'll speak for. Velvet said it. I've experienced the same thing. It seems to be conditional. A lot of men feel that way. But if you guys are feeling that way as well, that's interesting. That's a great conversation to have because
Yes,
I know
feel
for
that way.
me, it seems like as long as I was meeting things, expectations that they wanted, then it was all good. They loved them some Mr. Ford. But as soon as one thing changed, all of a sudden, next thing you know, the energies changed and the vibe. And let me tell you something, y'all. Energy is the biggest snitch on the planet. You can't lie on energy. So as soon as that energy changes, because I wasn't meeting an expectation, and oftentimes it was expectations I wasn't even aware of.
So
Next thing you know, here I am.
So it's about expectations. So here's what I want to know, right? Right before we go to our first break. When we come back, I want to talk about, I got a question to ask you guys really, really quick. And that question, of course, is going to be pertaining to I'm going there, y'all. Do women value effort more than money? Do men value peace more than passion? Let me ask the question again. Do women value effort more than money? And do men value peace more than passion? I'm going to go with the women. And then, of course, brothers, you're going to come in. But we're going to go to our first break. I'm telling y'all, this is one sister to another with some brothers, one sister to another, of course, with a podcast with information, inspiration, and limitless God affirmations. And we'll be right back.
Listen, y'all tap the screen. Come on, this is about to get crazy. We are on iHeartRadio, and it's based out of Chicago. So y'all tap. Ford, you good, bro? I don't know if you can hear me, but y'all tap the screen. That was a good
You
question.
never know what man in here is looking at you, right? She wrote me a letter and said that while she was sitting there at the event,
Yes.
she said that she started getting angry with me. And she said that as she looked around and look at the other ladies and how they were looking, how they were dressed, and She felt she could compete with these ladies. And, okay, it's the revival of love, not the journey of love. It's the revival of love. And the reason
Okay, the revival.
and the reason why I started saying, the revival of love is because love has been under attack. And I'm saying it from the relationship premise, right? I'm keeping it right there, all in relationship. Love been under attack. The devil hate love. The devil hate marriage. He hate companionship. He hate intimacy. He hate it.
Jesus.
God created it. Well, what did this do? It create family. That leads to marriage. The devil hated it. So he's attacked it. And what I'm seeing now, like never before, is how, men, the mindset of a lot of men is different, is changing. And it's attack from the devil. When you see all of this fighting and men putting women down, and women are not this no more, women are not that, and women are not submissive, and women are not that, and they're not this, and we are this, and we are the prize, and we are supposed, and it's an attack.
So guess what? That makes sense. It makes sense. Look, that of course was from one of our TikTokers, of course, Finding My Wife. We're not going to promote his name or anything, but I interviewed that young man, Tony, I believe a year or two ago. And this is what we talked about relationships at that time. And so listen, we're back. But I want to talk about y'all. I want to get, and of course, Tamara, I'm depending on you to share with us if we're going to go ahead and get any of our questions, our concerns from our chatters. But I want to know something, ladies. I want to start with my ladies and then move to you men. Do women value effort more than money? And of course, do men value peace more than passion? Do women value effort more than money? I can tell you right now, I value, I value effort more than I do money. I know how to make money, right? I believe that a couple, now watch this, y'all, even when you're in that, and let's talk about that a little bit, even in that pre-dating, first of all, I want to say this to some of my sisters and my brothers. Stop going out on dinner dates when you should be going out on coffee dates. That's number one, right? But when you finally get to that point where you're going out on a date, right, then you should be dating with intent. If I'm dating with intent, right, he doesn't necessarily have to pay for the dinner every single time. Y'all, I don't know. Some sisters may not agree with me, but he doesn't. Sometimes I don't have a problem. Yeah, I don't have a problem with
You got an echo.
yeah. I don't have a problem with going out and then having to pay for the hot dog, pay for the whatever, right? I don't have a problem with that, right? I would rather value the man's effort. It says, do women value effort more than money? Come on, talk to me, Latanya, talk to me.
Okay, well, let me be 100.
Be 100.
Back in the day, it was money. When I was younger, I wanted some money. I had to, what else can you, we could just be 100. Money was everything back then. I was younger. I was raised in the streets of the south side of Chicago. I'm living in an apartment, no refrigerator, and no stove. What you think I was looking for? I was looking for somebody to help me. But as I got older and wiser, I met this old lady named Mother Addison. And she just said, Tanya, you need to get yourself together, because I would cuss and be doing things I shouldn't. But money was the key. But then as I got older, I started recognizing its effort. And this one lady told me, I went to therapy, and she said, Tanya, you too masculine. And you ain't gonna get nobody with substance. You just gonna get money and some sex. So I started changing my feminine energy, and I started attracting different men, and they started bringing different stuff to the table, and they started talking different and vibing different. And that changed my perspective, because like Velvet said, everything was so conditional. You know what I mean? So it depends on your experience, your environment, how you grew up. Like me, I had parents on drugs and all that. So it was a different situation for me. Now you meet somebody else, they would say effort. They was raised with effort. They was born with effort. Me, it wasn't like that.
But you may meet somebody else and they may say money. Correct.
Yeah, when I got, I've been at American Airlines 35 years. So I started becoming somebody different. And I started meeting different type of people. And I became wiser. And I started Mr. Ford said, invest in people that invest in you. I watch his podcast. I watch Velvet podcast. And I learned a lot from them. Because I used to like Mr. Velvet, his part things, he a gangster. So I used to thought I was a gangster.
Yeah, I ain't no gangster. I ain't no gangster. Don't do that.
One little sister on the screen says, if my future man will provide me with the simple things, then I'm cool with that.
So what are the simple things?
If he will provide with the simple things. Let me get Tamari here, and then I'm gonna grab you, Velvet. I'm gonna grab you.
That right there, that whole statement right there is like, to me.
What if my future man will provide me with what I need, then I'm cool with that?
Yeah, because what are you providing that man? You see how that went? That whole statement is wrong. If my man, if he could provide me, you're cool with it. But how do you know he's cool with providing those things for you? What are you providing that man? See, you gotta, when you make a statement like that, you gotta go full throttle. Say what you're gonna do for that man in order for him to provide for you.
Okay, that makes sense. Tell me this. So the question was twofold. Do women value effort more than money? And do men value peace more than passion? Go with you, Velvet. Since you're talking, go ahead, and then Mr. Ford.
So so I'm gonna say they both go hand in hand, and it's not a bad thing. Some women, that man got to put the effort in to get the money to make sure that he can do what he needs to do for the family, not for her, but for the family. So he got to put that effort in.
But do men value peace more than passion?
Well, here's the thing: you can only get passion with peace. That's what it goes hand in hand. You can only get passion with peace. If listen, do the math. You got if there's a safe space and it's peaceful in your home, the passion is beautiful. Because if not, you ain't getting nothing but can I say what I say? You ain't getting nothing but sex.
Yeah.
And that's one of those. That's one. I'm just gonna lay on my side, put my leg up. You're gonna do what you gotta do. That's it. But if there's peace in the house, the passion is different.
Did you mention something about simple things? One of our viewers are asking, what do the simple things include? You can tell me, and then I want to hear from Mr. Ford.
What simple things?
What are the simple things?
Don't get nervous, Ford.
Include money. I know that.
Oh, I'm good.
Well, here's the thing. If you're talking about a marriage is never simple. A marriage is always going to be work. You're going to put work in. The moment that you say I do, you done signed your name on the dotted line. I do, which means I'm committing to every single thing that you're doing, whether it's good or bad. I have to deal with you. That's not simple. That's work. In a relationship, relationships are simple because you ain't really committed to nothing. It's simple. I can be with you.
Wait. Can you go back a little bit? So you're saying with the relationship, what?
A relationship is simple. You know why? Because I don't have to put that much effort into being with you. And plus, if I don't want to be with you, let me tell you why. Because if I don't want to be with you, guess what I can do? I can walk away. It's that simple. It's simple. People make relationships like marriages, but for what? We're not married. So why are you trying to treat me like your husband if we're in a relationship? You're making things harder than what it is. Enjoy the relationship.
Did y'all hear what he just said? Why are you trying? Women, I need y'all to hear it tonight. Now we're getting the right antidote. He said, why are you trying to treat me like I'm your husband and I'm only your boyfriend? Go ahead, Mr. Ford.
Boom.
That's because they're trying to get you to be their husband. Listen, you got to know how to play the role before you get in the role, right? The last bit of growth is going to be in the role itself. But at the same time, a lot of men are looking for those qualities in a woman. So I think what happens is a lot of women do it a little too soon and they give a little too much, right? Mm-hmm. There has to be a boundary there that a man is earning more than that. But we have to understand that just being intentional, there's a difference between being being trying to show married qualities, wife qualities, or men qualities, and just being intentional and understanding the person you're with and trying to be be a cohesive unit and see if there's something that y'all can build together. But I think we gotta take it for what it is. We gotta just allow ourselves to get to know each other without expectations of, oh, are they going to be able to do this, or are they going to be able to do that? Because the problem is most people don't like it to feel transactional, but the way they are moving and the expectations that they have are very transactional. Because we don't understand that relational is what most people like to want to settle in. They have this relational mindset with a transactional with transactional effort. Let me tell you something. If I allow you to show up as authentically yourself, and you allow me to show up authentically as myself, and we are true to who we are and we know who we are, there's no representative and there's no avatar that needs to disappear at that point. And at that point, then you guys can move forward and say, hey, this is what it really is. And this is what I want to do. And that means if you're together for 2 years or 20 years, you know what I'm saying? And nothing should ever change with that. But I'm telling you, that transactional thing, people getting it mixed up. They acting transactional, but want relational. It doesn't make sense. And that's why people keep hitting and missing.
It doesn't make.
Well, I think I said
So
what I said.
so tell me this. Ford and guys tonight. Do you all believe this is a segue into the next question for me? What does emotional, Mr. Ford, I need you to come back for a second, because you really have been talking about this in this next go round. We're not going to do any more breaks in this next go round, as we're going to go all the way through, y'all. I want to hear this. I don't know about you all, but I believe I need to be the change that I seek on every single level. Do y'all hear me? That means that I don't want to hear about the red flags, because we've heard enough of that. I want to know, where are my green flags? And so I've got a question for everybody in the room tonight. What does emotional support actually look like for each gender? What does emotional support really look like? Does it look like this? Does it look like when my man, you're not my husband yet, but when my man says, I don't want to hang, I don't want to kick it, I'll call you later, me stepping down, stepping back, and me giving him his space? What does emotional support really look like? Come on, Tamara.
Offering verbal comfort at times, being there and just, hearing me, knowing that my feelings are valid. What I say is how I feel, and it's valid, and emotionally as women, we are all over the place at times, but as my spouse or my significant other, I need you to understand that what I'm saying to you in that moment and at that time, it's what's bothering me or hurting me, or that's what I'm feeling. And I need you to understand that, because if you come to me in the same manner, I will be the same way with you. I will try to listen to you and understand where you're coming from, because we're all human beings. We all have different emotions, all have different feelings. And then when it comes to me and how I feel, that's how I feel. You can't make me feel or say, oh, you can't feel like that. No, you can't tell me how to feel. So I need your emotional support in that way.
Now, you know what? That is absolutely amazing. I think, Tanya, I heard you say the absolute same thing. Mr. Velvet, I want you to share with me, what does emotional support look like in your world? What do you think it should look like? How did you grow in that? Go ahead.
I'm just going to give you 2 words. Safe space.
Wow. Talk about that a little bit. A safe space.
Safe space, which means allow me to say, allow me to be what I need to be without you coming at me. There should be no shade. There should be nothing, but you should be sitting there listening, hearing what I have to say, but not listening to respond. See, it's 2 different things. See, I think some women have 2 different ears. They hear one and they listen to the other. They hear what they want to hear. They're hearing you without responding because they're hearing stuff. But some of them are listening. They only listening to what they want to hear so they can respond.
But what I want you to share with us tonight on this platform, I want you to share with me how can we best do that? How can we best do that? How can we meet that need you're talking about? Don't just listen to respond, but listen to comprehend. How can we do that?
Well, here's the thing.
As a woman,
allow a man to express his feelings without you putting your feelings with his.
Mm.
So, because a lot of times we men, we can, you want us to express our feelings. And once we start telling you about how we feel, you add your feelings into that. And now we have to worry about how you feel again. So the cycle
Automatic.
just got reversed. And it's like, wait a minute. I was just telling you how I feel, and you coming at me, but I feel this way, I feel that way. Now here I am again. Okay, baby. So how can I make you feel better? What do I
Mr.
need to
Ford,
do?
let me ask you this though. Mr. Ford, could it be that the way we were raised, tomorrow, my God, baby, myself, the way we were raised in the environment we were raised in, and this is what we saw. And so we're giving you the best of what I got right now. But watch this. But if you're the leader, a woman, y'all tell me if y'all agree, women, a woman only sometimes upchucks what is sewn down on the inside of her. And so if you're my leader, then at some point you should be showing me what it is you really want emotionally. Talk to me about that.
Oh, you gotta want to be led. I can show you, I can lead you to water, but that doesn't mean you're gonna drink.
Talk to me about being led.
So, and what I mean by that is, and let me back up a little bit because there's a couple of things that were mentioned. Number one, we talk about the safe space, right? And I used to say I wanted a woman to be my safe space. No, I'm gonna create my safe space.
Come on,
First
here.
thing I'm gonna do.
You preaching
and then
now.
I'm gonna place you in that safe space, and I'm gonna put some boundaries there. And now you get a chance to test those boundaries, right? Boundaries keep. If we build walls, we keep people out. Boundaries are meant to keep people safe within. When you decide to cross those boundaries, right? When you decide to cross those boundaries, that is your choice. That is your decision to dismiss what I said is a boundary for me and go outside of it. So honoring boundaries is a way to make people to create.
Let me interrupt you real quick. Give me a boundary.
I'll give perfect boundary. If I'm telling you how I'm feeling, validate it without making me have to validate your experience in that process. Exactly what Velvet just said. When we say, hey, you made me feel this way, and then now I gotta help you get through how you're feeling about how you made me feel, you crossing the boundary. I need you to be there for me. If I'm going to be transparent and I'm going to be vulnerable with you, I need you to validate that experience. We can, and 100% will validate yours on the flip side. But right then and there, I'm gonna need you to validate my experience, because if you can't, and I promise you this, and it happens a lot, if you don't do it, we're either gonna stop talking, or and we're most likely not even gonna try to bring it up again, because we don't want to. Now all of a sudden, I got to sit here and figure out how I'm going to tell you something in a way that you're going to be receptive of it. No, I should be able to be raw and uncut in that moment to tell you how I'm feeling. And even if you're not feeling good, because listen, sometimes feedback don't feel good. It doesn't feel good when we maybe hurt somebody's feelings. But listen, we got to own it. So it is our time in those situations to live and let that information burn in that chest for a little bit, right? So we can accept it and own it and really work through the conversation with the man. And if you cannot do that, and if we have to start, now we got to start kind of helping you out through how you're feeling about how I felt. That's a problem. So that's a boundary for me. If you cannot emotionally regulate yourself in that space when getting feedback and not try to reverse it on me, that's a boundary that you're crossing for me. I can't do that.
I'm concerned, Tamara. I'm concerned. I have a great concern right now. I have a great concern. And I want y'all to forgive me respectfully, but I have a great concern because I'm trying to figure out, as if we're all going to be relational, no point intended, if we're all going to be relational tomorrow, how do we then conjoin or gel ourselves with sometimes disgruntled people who have no intent on, why are we, y'all, I don't believe we betting good. What am I missing here? What am I missing here? Because I really believe that there has to, y'all cannot tell me that there's more red flags than there is green. Tomorrow, and I'm coming back to men. Tomorrow, how do we meet in the middle? Tomorrow, tell me that. How can we meet in the middle and become the change that I'm seeking? and not
That's
making
a
it a
good
man.
question, Angela. And to be honest with you, for me, and I know this show is not religious, but I'm gonna back this all the way up for a
Don't back
moment
it up. Back it
because we're talking about a lot of different things right now, and we're talking about being led and emotions. But has anybody spoke about God in the middle of any of this?
Mm.
Has anybody spoke about God in the middle of any of this?
So
Because you
who
want
should
me
be in the middle?
Hmm?
Who should be in the center of it all?
God should be in the center of it
Come on
all.
here.
Of
That part
course.
right there.
But see, we are having relationships and marriages without God. Okay. And so with that, we have all these other issues and all these other problems because we are not having our relationships centered with God, our marriages centered with God.
Mm.
And if that, you'll never be able to, in my opinion, because I grew up in religion, I grew up in church. For me, as I'm getting older, that is the most important thing for me at this point in my life.
It needs to be
Leading
seen.
me, yes, but who are you following for me to lead? For me to follow you? Who you want to lead me, but who are you following? Okay, so now I need to know at this point in my life, can you cover me? Can you pray for me in the time of need? And I don't want to be religious, but in my
You're
life,
not being religious. You
gotta
being
be.
Jesus. Hey, you're
But
doing
at the end
exactly
of
what
the
this show
day,
is
the
meant to
reality
do.
of it is women and men, if we want to be real about it, find somebody who is loving on God first and foremost. Now, you ain't got to be religious. You got to be in church every Sunday. But you need to have a prayer life. You need to have a relationship with God. If I say, hey, can you pray for me? I'm feeling a certain way. I need you to be able to cover me. I need you to be able to pray for me. Likewise, myself for you. If you come to me with your emotions that Mr. Ford was saying and your boundaries that you have, I should be able to hear you out. And once we're done, go myself in somebody's corner and pray for you and cover you.
Thank you.
Who?
Thank you.
Who? You know who she sound like right now? I don't even want to say his name, but she sound like that boy. We know who we
Yeah.
talking about. He said the same.
Listen,
One of the
we have,
horsemen
we
said
have,
that to
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus, that was.
We have this saying, right? We have this saying in amongst the brothers, and we talked about this a while ago. Most people don't introduce God until they get to the altar.
My God.
And then you wonder why it don't work.
You are absolutely
right, because he
correct.
hasn't been there. He hasn't
You are
been there for
absolutely
the entire
correct.
time. So the moment that you decide to,
You're absolutely correct.
number one, dating is different than courting. So the moment that you decide that you want to start courting somebody, that's when you introduce God into it. Because now you're going to be intentional in investing into that individual.
You got to do that before courting. You got to make sure that you're ready to court.
I agree with you, Bill.
Hey.
Yeah,
I
I would agree.
Let me say this real quick. No disrespect, but you as the man have to get yourself ready with God before you start courting to make sure that you're courting the right person. Because what you don't want to do is go into courting and then start praising God. Negative, Batman. You got to get right with the Father. Because if you're not right with the Father, how could you be right for that woman?
Come on.
Bottom line.
Amen.
That part
No,
right.
I agree with that.
You got to make sure as that man that you get on your knees and pray for the woman that you need, not for the one that you want. Because I'm gonna tell you, that's my job. That's what I had to do. I had to get right with my Father because I realized all the choices that I made were terrible. I'm not saying they were bad women. I just made terrible choices. See how
And
I'm
you'll make
blaming
some more
myself?
and you'll make some more
Myself
terrible
sometimes.
choices.
And
Being
this is the
loving
thing
on God. Look, we love God, we love the Lord, the whole nine, right? But that's the reason why Jesus died. So I don't know. This is y'all first time here. This is a Christian based show. We
Can I say
talk
this
to
real quick,
everybody,
Pastor?
but at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, Jesus is the reason why all of us are sitting here. Here, let me ask y'all a question, men, and y'all tell me if y'all are offended by this statement. I have already made up my mind. My next husband, if he can't pray for me, he is not my guy.
Do I feel offended about that? Okay.
If he can't pray me through, he's not my guy. He's done. Tanya, if he can't pray for me, he's done. Now watch this. I didn't say, right? And I want to make myself really, really clear. What I'm saying is I'm in the hospital. They're about to pull the plug. But my girls are saying, you need to have them step out of their room and you need to pray for her before you let them. Baby, look, I know some guys just haven't pulled the plug. I need a man rolling with me who he believes God. So him and God are on 100% track record. And they are communing. Come on here. You don't have to go to church as much as I go. A lot of people think that you don't have to go to church as much as I go to church, but I need you to be in tune with the Lord. Are y'all
So
offended by that?
so-
It should
Have a
be offended.
relationship with
well, let
him.
me
You
let me
need
say
to have
this.
a
Real-
relationship with
Need
God.
to have a
lady,
relationship.
I'm sorry. Well, let me
That's a
say
deal
this.
breaker.
Here's what a deal breaker. Let me tell you what a deal breaker should be. The simple fact that your girls had to tell that man to go pray for you. He should have
That
walked in and
part.
cleared the room. Clear the room.
That part.
I need
I
all
said,
y'all out of here.
I don't need them to be.
I don't need no cheerleaders to come tell me to do
Come
my
on. I
job.
don't need no cheerleaders. Come
I
on.
don't need nobody come tell this. They're about to pull up. Listen, I need you, and out of here. Even the doctors, because there's only going to be 3 of us in this room. It's going to be me, her, and the Lord. And
I
guess who's
know
going to
that's
heal her?
right.
I
Not
love
you, but the Lord.
Melvin.
It's a
No,
whole
he
different
talking my
ballgame.
talk right now.
If them women, I tell any man, if your women got to, if her girlfriends got to come and tell you to do something, that ain't the man for you. Walk, ladies.
Step. Mr. Ford,
Dead
tell me something.
serious.
How
Ain't no way.
important,
Listen,
how
I wish-
important, how important, Mr. Ford and Tanya, how important is your forever's faith? How important is that? Or is it okay with you if she believes differently?
That's a great question.
Because the Bible says, let me chase it with this word. The Bible says, how can 2 walk together
Unless they agree.
except they be agreed? And when they all became one, there was nothing they couldn't do. Go ahead.
Well, it's a very interesting question because I've seen different people. Well, let me start off by saying one quick thing. It's always going to come back to us and our relationship with God from the very beginning.
From the beginning.
So when I was talking about before in terms of when we should introduce, no, Velvet is absolutely right. It 100% comes back with us and our faith and what we're working on within ourselves. It's everything. It starts with us, right? So when it comes to faith, I think it just determines on the individual. For me, it's very important. It's very important. I want to be able to walk the same path. I want to be able to have some similarities and to be able to support the individual that I'm with in an area that I'm familiar with and in an area that that I can understand. I understand there's different faiths. I do not knock any other faith. It's not about anything other than what I want and what I'm in tune with. But I think people really have to take some time to really think about that because I do know people who have different faiths that are in happy marriages. They've been in them a while. I think it's to each his own. But I think the bond and the connection and the communication has to be extremely strong, consistent, and understanding to be able to make that work.
So the way you just said that is so important. Tamara and also Latanya, tell us how important it is for you to encourage our next generation to make sure that they're connecting with someone, even in the dating stage, who is sharing in their same faith.
Angela, can you repeat that question for me one more time?
Absolutely, absolutely. How important is it? I'm asking you while you're encouraging our next generation. I know your daughter, our baby, she's already married, but there's some little young sisters coming up behind you tomorrow. You've been in aviation for over 25 years now. So how are you encouraging those young women to make sure that they are, being on one accord with the dude that they're dating? Really is what I'm really asking. How are you gonna, how are you doing that?
So I did have one young lady who actually goes to my church. She did ask me, she said when she's dating now, she has a few children, and she did ask me, she said, I want to date and she says, I want to get married, but I don't know how to do that. I said, first of all, sweetheart, you yourself need to make sure that you are ready for marriage, meaning make sure that you are in order. Make sure that you're loving on yourself first. Make sure that you have a relationship with God first, and then asking God for the man that's for you.
Wow. Yes.
Asking God and praying. Don't come with specifics. You don't have to say he's 6 feet, he's dark skinned. We don't need any of that. What I'm asking God for is, God, send me the man that is for me. I don't need him packaged the way I want him packaged, because we've had them packaged the way we want them packaged. And when we unwrap the package, it's spoiled on the inside. We don't want that. So I'm telling young women this.
I think my brothers agree.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Non-safer.
Listen to this, and I know y'all don't want to hear this, but you got to hear this. Listen, I've got 2 minutes before we're going to be starting the countdown to roll up out of here. I think both men and women need to get right with themselves before getting into a relationship. Yep, no brainer. Listen at this. I want to go around the room real quick, and you got to give your closing thoughts. I want y'all to share with me tonight. What are you going to walk away? We're going to have to do a part 2. What can I tell y'all? What are you walking away with, Mr. Ford, tonight? I appreciate y'all so much for being here. Mr. Ford is going to kick us off, and then Velvet, Tanya, and then Tamara. Go.
Yeah, I got a saying: be brief, be bright, be gone. So I'm gonna honor that real quick. The takeaway for me, really, the takeaway right now is I'm understanding that we got a lot more to talk about. That's my takeaway. I think a lot of us are saying the same things, and I think y'all have an experience and we have an experience. And at this point, it's about us validating each other's experience without saying, "Look, this happened to me." That's my takeaway right now. How are we going to validate each other's experience without making the other person feel dismissed or not heard? And that all comes back to us as individuals and who we are, and are we aligned with our purpose and the people that are supposed to be around us? I'll land there.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Mr. Velvet. You got about 30 seconds. Go ahead.
Well, you know what? The takeaway from tonight is there's still work that needs to be done between us, between men and women. Definitely a lot of work that still needs to be done in relationships and in marriage. But I do want to say something, and it's no disrespect to what the sister just said, but here's my thoughts with that whole situation. See, what I would tell a young lady is this: sister, align yourself for the right man to find you, because it's not your job to pray for a husband. It's for a job for a man to find his wife, to make sure that he prays for the right wife. So you have to get yourself aligned right with the Lord so that right man could find you. You see what I'm saying? I ain't gonna sit there and tell no young lady to go to pray for a husband. No, it's for a husband to pray for a wife, because that's the whole thing. That's just
that
my
part
thing.
right there. That part. Go ahead, Tamara.
Fair enough. I will say this as my takeaway. I will still tell a young lady to pray. I did say for her to get herself in order first, but I still will say you still want to pray for a man to come into your life. And I'm sorry, I believe that. I don't disagree with you, Mr. Velvet. I don't
agree with you, sister. I agree with you.
We will agree to disagree. However, my takeaway is, yes, we need to do this again, because there's a lot more to unravel here. So hope to see you guys again soon.
Miss Tanya, how we gonna wrap? What is your takeaway before we close?
Okay, I'm gonna say this. I'm like Mr. Ford. We do need to talk, because my internet keep kicking out, but we do need to talk more about relationships, commitment, and the church. But what I will say, what I'm gonna take away is I'm gonna go home and love on my husband. I'm gonna go home and be a better wife for my husband. Listening to all this made me want to go home and be a wife.
It should. It should.
I mean, I love my husband, and look. When they say to death do us part, I do mean death. What I'm gonna take away from this is I can't come back out here to this.
Yeah.
I'm not coming back out here to this.
It's ghetto out here.
It's different.
Real
ghetto. You feel bad for me because I'm only seeing one in the house. Anyway,
I really feel.
What you say, Tanya? You're not coming back out. Listen.
Yeah, I'm not coming back. Yeah, I take that. I'm not coming back out here.
So we all agree as in unison that we need to do this more. We all also agree that we need to unpack this thing called relationships even the more. And so, of course, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for joining us today. Velvet, one of the horsemen, TikTok influencer. I had him in the house tonight. Also, Mr. Ford, you know it. I think he's cute. Anyway, so he was in the house today. He was in there, and he's single. And he was in the house today, and he's single, y'all. And he was in the house today. Thank you so much. My girls, Latanya and Tamara, what could I do without you all? I'm only the sister. We are all one sister to another. Listen, today is a gift from God. What you do today is your gift back to him. Y'all got to get ready. We don't come back until the second week of, what is this? February, right? Second week of March, we'll be back. Second week of March, 2nd and 4th, Fridays only. For now, we'll be back. But y'all know what? My executive producer is on here right now. She going to be able to tell us what we really get ready to do, okay? Because Tamara would have, and we obey her. Horseman TikTok. Can you tell us really, really quick how can they tune in with you guys? Come on, Mr. Velvet.
So you can tune in with the Horsemen 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You have
Where?
the seven Horsemen on TikTok, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You have Wednesday morning. You have the Horsemen, the 7 Horsemen, myself and my brothers. Then of course I do Questions with Velvet on Thursdays at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And then you also catch the Horsemen again on Friday. And then you catch my brother Ford Focus Monday, 7 Pacific, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And then you have Breakfast with Brethren on Saturday mornings. Also Mr. Ford's platform. And you also have our sisters who's part of the umbrella of the Horsemen, the ladies of She Moves the Room, a very amazing platform for some of you sisters to come in and get some word. And most importantly, we have a bishop, my little brother, baby Bishop Micah, who's over here watching. Pull up on him Sunday mornings, 9 o'clock Mountain Time. We flooding the gates on TikToks in the morning. That's all we're saying.
So listen, Mr. Ford, if they want to get in touch with you, how can they do that? What's your email? What's your email, Mr. Ford?
Why you make that face, bro?
Roderick Ford. Can they email you if they want to reach out and bring you to their youth event?
Yeah, Roderick Ford 11 at iCloud.
Okay, Roderick Ford at 11 iCloud. Listen at this. But we have to thank you so much to every single person who rocked with us tonight. Thank you so much to our Facebook. Thank you so much to One Sister to Another Media right there on YouTube. Thank you so much to every social media platform that was in the room with us tonight. Thank you so much to the TikTokers with Velvet, of course, Jones, and also Mr. Ford. Thank you so much, Tamara.
Yeah, when we coming back?
And we will see you all second week.
When we coming back? We got to do this again. When we coming back?
I'll send you guys. We'll chat after this. We'll chat and come up with the day right after this. As soon as we're out there, I'll give a real talk about it.
Great evening. Thank you, Earl.